Fantastic. So it's a very interesting draft for Burn X Flash. They have a good mix of dive and actually poke.
Yeah. With that Sicilian, they're not going in one basket with that dive comp because Martis, Esmeralda, and Claude can do their job. So they add just a powerhouse backliner with that Sicilian. In the late game, it's going to be very deadly.
It is, but a big question now comes down to the mid control. How's that mid going to be played out? Because with the Farsa and the Mathilda, you're able to clear so fast. Meanwhile, the Diggy and the Sicilian base damage has been nerfed a few patches ago. So that's why we really don't see the Sicilian much in the MPLs. But they're still trying. Again, it's a best of 3, so they can go for a little bit of an experiment in game 1. It does look like it's a more risky draft for Burn X Flash. We'll see if they can make this work, if they can execute the game plan set by Coach Zico.
Well, Mirko, ladies and gentlemen at home, are you ready for Game 1 of MPLI 2022 One Esports? Let's just jump into the Land of Dawn to witness our first game of this tournament.
Instantly, right as we get in, we see exactly what we expected, right? In the mid lane, it's going to be Stormy who has more mid control on that Farsa up against the Sicilian, and solo aim is going to be a bit more of a nuisance early on in the enemy jungle because D7 has opted to actually play passively on this Diggy. Why the mid control is so important is because of this right here.
Yeah, I mean, Xeon forced to use that Retribution early, so I guess Subway has more space to farm with that Kai. A very good job by Solo Aim there, trying to deal with pressure, forcing Xeon, who is actually on a very interesting emblem here, the Bounty. Yeah. So, more kills, more gold for you, and Xeon is gonna be the assassin. It's gonna go for the assassin approach here in our opening match.
Interestingly enough, right, for Burn X Flash here, the way they want to play these team fights is, even though they have a lot of pick potential, a lot of single target damage, they want to actually look for those wombo combo dives, right? They do not want to go for these messy team fights. Actually, no, they do want to go for messy team fights, but it has to be coordinated. Meanwhile, for Orage Esports, they're completely fine going for isolated members here with their draft. They actually want to split Burn X Flash up, and they are trying to just stop that team fight potential from Burn X Flash to happen. But it's all going to come down once again to this gold lane. Brody in this lane should have a bit of an edge, but Hissa, with the help of this Diggy, they're going to be able to scale up pretty easily as long as the Diggy just plays around this gold lane and as long as Hissa doesn't go for any aggressive plays early on.
I really want to tackle on the Akai here, Mirko. That heavy skin against a Diggy who has Time Journey, against a Martis who has anti-CC. Will it be effective? Let's see the first road to take here. Xeon trying to be zoned out by Neo in the backside, and Subway will have a comfortable turtle take here. Subway taking, will they take a fight here? It seems like Orage Esports go for the discipline round. They do not want business here in the first few minutes.
Well, it's a smart move from both of the teams. Orage Esports, knowing that they have mid control early on, instantly contest for the neutral objective, zoning Burn X Flash away. And it's a wise choice as well for Burn X Flash because they know with the mid control that they don't really have much, right? They choose to actually back off. They don't go for that play, and they're just scaling, waiting for that lead to come through with those power spikes. And it's going to come down from the items. D7 though.
Oh my god, further feathering airstrike as well as circling eagle there will help to take down D7. Diggy goes down first in the Land of Dawn here as Xeon using that retribution to collect that farm. Orage Esports keeping the pressure. D7 respawning in the midst of the war. Xeon trying to find and deal damage, but Subway will get out of that quickly with that gunning win from Solo Aim. Very good disengage.
Orage Esports, once again, like we said in the team lineups, the way they really like to suffocate their opponents is through playing in that gold lane. You can already see the ganks start to happen here, and that's the reason they usually go for just really good mid-control, mid-wave pressure. Because with that and the mobility that they have, they can actually level up their coin farming skills with their player, Amelens, in that gold lane, who has the most damage in Malaysia as well, DPM.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, check out, level up your coin farming, like Mirko said, with HSBC. It seems like just 1 kills in the first 4 minutes. Orage Esports and Burn X Flash still testing the waters. It seems like they do not want to go for the gamble plays. They do not want to go for the risky routes. It's like we just, oh my god, in the mid side here. As I speak, C-Cat's caught just like that, deleted instantly in the mid lane.
This is what we expected to happen again early on, right? Orage Esports are really playing this game super well because they're able to force a lot of these fights to happen. Burnix Flash forced to respond, but at this point, I would actually say Burn doesn't need to respond to these fights. Xeon, though, looking for the opening.
Xeon here, looking for the turtle take. Subway gets it in the first one. Will he repeat it in the second turtle take? Xeon are really there for that anti-CC. Solo aim actually catching the turtle. Subway a little bit in trouble here. ATM is in the party, dealing damage, catching 3 with that feather airstrike. But seems like ATM is going to be the one who is taken down in the backside as well here. 2 members actually down from the side of Burnix Flash. Meanwhile, Neo gets traded back. 2 for 1 plus the turtle. Orage Esports winning everything in that exchange.
Oh man, and again it's Amelins who finds a pick onto the Diggy. It ultimately ends up as a 4 for 1 because they get 3 kills. And they also get the turtle. Burnix Flash were able to get 1 kill, but it's only on to Neo here. And Orage Esports were just able to get that unrivaled gaming experience, maybe perhaps with their Galaxy Z Fold 4 5G, which you guys can also get right now to play like the pros. Fold your opponents in the land of dawn. But back again, Burnix Flash, I don't think they're playing with their winning conditions, right? They're actually playing a bit too aggressive with the composition that they have, and they're already forced to actually swap their lanes. Hessa is going to be in the top side. And with this push, it's actually going, with the lane swap, it's actually going to favor Orage Esports because they can just go for the turret take. ATM can't really contest this right now. That's another objective over to Orage Esports.
It's a little bit unfortunate for his side here, but take a look at this blazing duet pop. Subway pulls back with that time reverse time, but Subway still manages to get out. Orage Esports, they are ahead here, almost 3,000 gold. And I feel like Burnix Flash, you're right, they need to be able to control the tempo at this point. Orage Esports are the ones who is really in full control. Take a look at the here. Sicilian, though, is just still farming stacks. Minute number 20, it's going to be very dangerous, actually, for Orage Esports if it got to that point.
If Burnix Flash are able to slow down the tempo of the game and stop, maybe just play passively, give out objectives, it's fine as long as Hessa and like you mentioned, C-Cat gets the farm necessary, they will be able to ultimately get those item power spikes. Thing is though, it's easier said than done, right? Because Orage Esports, their composition, it's a snowball comp here. Subway picking up another turtle, 3 turtles over to Orage Esports will mean that they are going to push themselves to a 2.8k gold lead, and that XP lead as well is going to be building.
Yeah, I mean, with the turret collapse spot side also, oh my god, Sion actually caught there with that torn apart memory. Heavy spin connecting onto his ATM. Purify was used, but P7 is also there. It's going to be very hard, right, on paper. But Feather Airstrike almost taking ATM down there. Unfortunately, Stormy there didn't get that kill, but Orage Esports just expanding their space.
Ooh, not looking good at all here for Burnix Flash. Looking very good for Orage Esports, who now hold a 4,000 gold lead. And the way they're playing is just so intelligent, right? It's almost like they're playing with the Logitech G Aurora, the Aurora collection here, because they're playing it clean, just like the design, Gani. They're going and they're staying disciplined towards that top side, towards just these objectives, and they're just sieging turrets down, not looking for those fights to give Burnix Flash any opportunity. They're suffocating Burnix Flash without giving them a chance.
Yeah, every outer turret has been popped, and Feather Airstrike, take a look at the damage, is disgusting. ATM instantly deleted, and Orage Esports, with that kill, they have established 5,000 gold lead in their first 8 minutes. Very interesting here, top side now, perhaps will be the target. Torn apart memory used to just add pressure again towards the Burnix Flash members, but again here, Orage Esports dominating here in the first game.
Yeah, that's why actually I kind of questioned or doubted their drafts, right? Right as they wrapped up the draft, that Sicilian last pick, I don't know about that. The thing is that mid control is just non-existent, and D7, oh my goodness!
Ooh. Nasty.
As
almost.
a roamer, right?
Yeah.
You're almost getting chunked down by one feathered airstrike there. It's definitely not a good look for Burnix Flash currently, but it's a very risky draft that they went for. They're putting all their marbles into that late game. So if they are actually able to withstand the First Lord, if they're able to withstand towards the 13th, 14th minute, yes, they can get those item power spikes eventually.
Yeah.
But Orage Esports, the way that they're playing, I don't think Orage Esports are going to let go or let it go all the way to that 14th minute, to that 13th minute. They have a firm grasp on the game currently with the lead and with their picks.
I completely agree. I mean, Bird X Flash, they are in a 5,000 deficit here. So it's going to be very hard in a sense to turn the game around. But Orage Esports, with this lead, they cannot be overzealous. They need to also stay disciplined because a moment or two, if they blunder, if they make a mistake, Bird X Flash is always there to catch your mistake and capitalize it. Remember, they have the Claude, they have the Sicilian, which just excels in the late gaming. We are now entering towards that stage where Orage Esports still needs to be, they need to control the game, but they need to be careful to not be overzealous and perhaps overextend here in the next coming minutes.
Farsa, Brody, and Mathilda. Thing is, you know, if we're just talking about that late game, yes, Bird X Flash definitely have a bit of an edge with their composition. And the Esmeralda, the Claude, the Sicilian, and to a certain extent, you can actually say the Diggy as well because of the stacks, right, of his new passive. But Farsa, Brody, Mathilda, currently in the 8th to 9th minute with the First Lord, once they take this First Lord, they can actually siege turrets down really easily. You can expect them to actually break or crack the base with the First Lord. Farsa can zone these members away with a Feather Airstrike. You saw how much damage it was doing. Brody, just such a good siege marksman. So good at actually looking for these turrets. And guess what? They also have an escape. If Bird X Flash look for a desperate engage in the defense, Brody can get out with the help of the Guiding Wind from Mathilda. So again, I am not seeing an opening here from Bird X Flash that they can really take. I think in this game, they've opted to go for a very risky, a very experimental draft. We'll see if that pays off in the end, because they can still definitely wait for that item power spike to happen. But if Orage Esports, once again, stays disciplined, if Orage Esports don't make a mistake, it should be Orage Esports that takes this game.
Yeah, and to add to that, they have the Akai as well. With that heavy spin who can just bait out most of the resources that Bird X Flash has, like the Time Journey, perhaps the Purify from that Esmeralda, which just adds more potential for Orage Esports to find. With that Benedetta also diving in, it's gonna be very hard for Bird X Flash to somehow defend this Lord push, even though this is just the first Lord, realizing that they are also 5,000 behind. So it's gonna be very, very hard for Bird X Flash, but anything can happen in the Land of Dawn. I want you who are now watching now to give your support. Malaysia and Cambodia here for our first game. Orage Esports, they are now leading in a very, very comfortable fashion, but can Cambodia turn this around? It's gonna be the question. Technical pause here is still brewing up here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk about what happened earlier. I mean, let's recap, right? 3 turtles all fall to the hands of Orage Esports. Second one being to the hands of Mathilda. Still, Orage Esports, with this Akai, their winning condition, their job description with this objective neutral take, still 100%.
Yeah, I think they took too many fights, Bird X Flash. Because for Orage Esports, they just did a very good job. They got a composition where it enabled them to actually secure neutral objectives. They have the Akai, obviously, and again, like we mentioned, that mid-control being just so important in the current meta. Mathilda Farsa is such a nasty combination when you talk about the wave clear it has and just the mobility. You have Wings by Wings, you have the Guiding Wind as well that can bring another player. They can bring those trio, the mid trio, the jungle, mid, and roamer over to the gold lane, over to the XP lane super fast. And that's why they have controlled the neutral objectives, they've controlled the early game. The thing is though, Bird X Flash have been taking a bit too much. They've been going for the contest, even though their composition isn't meant to go for the contest early on. They have a Sicilian. The Diggy can, but I would actually say that the Diggy should just play around the gold lane more often than looking for these contests. Again, that Farsa, much easier to get that item power spike, to get her power spike in general. Just with level 4, you're able to dish out so much damage. Meanwhile, Sicilian, like we've mentioned many times, Gani, you need to wait for those stacks. And because they took too many team fights, the gold lead has built up to this point, and with 3 turtles, I don't think I need to mention how much of an XP lead they have.
I agree. I mean, they should have picked more their fights in the early minutes, but give credit towards Orage Esports as well, who sets up so effortlessly. It seems like in the mid side where Seacat was caught. It was a 4-man setup, and they got it. A very good setup, very good macro sense as well from Orage Esports displayed in our first game. Back to the Land of Dawn, ladies and gentlemen. It is still 7-1 in the first 9 minutes. Orage Esports, wow, already taking the Lord down here, it seems like. 6,000 gold lead.
Again, right? The way Burnex Flash can actually come back in this game is if Orage Esports makes a mistake in these engages. You can see for the player gold though, Hesa is still up there, 6,280 gold, even though he's been bullied in that gold lane by Amelans, by literally the whole team. Subway, Solo Aim, and Stormy has literally played around that gold lane so often, but Hesa is still at a point where he can deal out damage. Still needs to wait though, because with that golden staff, he can actually look for the big damage. Right now, as you mentioned, that Feather Airstrike just chunking the blow.
Oh, Subway with the guiding win and manages to escape. But now it seems like Burnex Flash, they are still focusing in clearing the minions and Lord bot side. Orage Esports with this Lord that is not enhanced. Seems like they will not find a base turret, or they might force it in the mid side here. Yeah, they may get it here. Base turret mid will be collapsed, and now the bot side perhaps will be the next focus. Will be taken down. Oh, Neo in the backside here. Time Journey has been popped. Neo escapes, but the circling eagle will not be enough to take a member down. Orage Esports taking the 2 base turrets mid and as well as spot. They look to maintain the pressure here in the top side. Burnex Flash still defending this. I feel like a very good effort as well. 5 members still standing, but the feathered airstrike burning Seacats in the backside as well. Well, no casualties. A very good offense and as well as defense. Subway though, heavy spin was popped here in the front side, just as a defense. A torn apart memory, almost taking down ATM. But at the end of the day, this pressure, the offense, leads to no casualties.
It's just perfect execution from the side of Orage Esports, right? The way that they're actually able to crack the base with the first Lord. Again, if we talk about that first Lord, usually you find value just by getting all the tier 2s. The fact that they're able to get 2 base turrets shows just how good they are at chaining these minion waves, controlling the minion waves to hit at the exact time to get those turret passive and to ultimately take those turrets down. You guys can follow on Esports once again here on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook if you guys want to see all the latest news and information. And right now, we're actually going to take a look at the items where Hesa has completed that DHS Golden Staff, but it might be too late.
Oh my god, Sion gets caught there with Stormy, and perhaps D7 might be next here. Time to be popped. Seacat is dealing the main, he is the main damage dealer as of yet. But Hesa needs to be very, very careful here in positioning as well. Xion actually opted for a tank build with a bounty, so a very interesting approach here, which actually is quite contrast. But top side 2v1, ATM trying to buy time for his team, falling Storm to the turret here again to buy time. But it seems like now ATM will be taken out very, very shortly as Subway collecting the Lord in the bot side. Amelans with the mega kill.
At this point, right, Orage Esports are just, again, playing it slow. They don't really need to look for these desperate plays. It's Burnex Flash who needs to look for a desperate play, a desperate team fight to come back in this game. They need to look for that coin flip, but it just doesn't feel like Orage Esports are going to give them that opportunity. But hey, you guys have an opportunity to win the new Venom Collection skins with just by registering and winning. 1esports.gg/Mpli-win. Register for your updates right now to get a chance to win that, ladies and gentlemen. Burnex Flash, though, once again, are going to be pinched down, forced inside of their base. With this enhanced Lord, Orage Esports can definitely look for an end.
Malaysia here, Orage Esports looking for the end with the sword push. Sion though trying to find something in the mid side.
Oh my god.
Airstrike just puts the coffin in the table as well here. Oh, heavy spin towards the backside as we're all here trying to buy time. It seems like Lord has been taken care of with Burnex Flash in the backside. A very good defense, but But now, Orage Esports, without the Lord, could not maintain pressure here, it seems like. A very good defense overall by BurnX Flash.
And there in that team fight, you saw the opening. You saw how BurnX Flash can actually win these team fights. It's if they take Amelens down, or just force him to use that flicker, force him to use his resources without you taking that much damage, right? Just now, Amelens was caught. And again, look at BurnX Flash. They're looking for these catches now that they know Hessa has the item Power Spike. CCAT is going to get that Power Spike very soon as well. And this is that late game moment that we spoke about. Orage Esports made one mistake. Oh my god, good steal from Stormy. So aware.
Wow, a very, very good display there. Good, perfectly timed as well. But Orage Esports, they are still leading 10,000 gold here, Mirko. Sure, we are now entering towards the late game phase, but I feel like it's still a factor here. The Immortals, the perhaps Winter Truncheons. But for you guys at home, we got one campaign for you. What type of MLBB hero are you? Check the site out, oneesports.gg/quiz-MLBB to know more, to have more information. Now, CCAT here, a very important item to know. He has the Holy Crystal. So, combined with the stacks that he has, the damage is gonna be evident here in the lineup Dawn. But then again, Stormy, he's been untouchable here at this point. Still zero deaths.
We'll see once again. They're looking for it. Gets the steal actually onto the purple buff. And with this composition, that's exactly what they should do. Because BurnX Flash, look at the gold lead. Slowly but surely are actually nullifying that gold lead, getting it back to 8,000. It was 10,000 earlier. And look at the levels, look at the items. Hessa has hit level 15. CCAT's level 14, so he's only one level away from Stormy. And guess what? We're in that 16-minute. It's a timer for BurnX Flash, that item Power Spike. And now you can really understand why Xeon went for the tank build, right? He's that solid front line that they need, because if you take a look at their composition, it's still a very squishy comp. Just put your eyes on Hessa for BurnX Flash. Orage Esports need to nullify him, shut him down if they want to win.
Well, this year, Subway and friends, they are maintaining the pressure within the Lord ATM, trying to find an opening in the mid side. Neo needs to be careful here. No commitments just yet, but ATM is actually already half HP. Solo aim here with the Immortal poked on towards quarter HP. For next flash, they might go for this, realizing that solo aim is quite low. Now ATM trying to find an opening here in the Lord Pit, but has not get the right engage just yet. Subway trying to delay time, and a very good disengage. Orage Esports going for the safe route. The top side is actually slowly pushing now. Orage Esports, are they going to force a fight here? Seems like BurnX Flash caught that, and they disengage as well.
Man, you can see just the level of pressure that BurnX Flash are able to place now that they've hit their power spikes. Remember, they only have one kill. They have no neutral objectives whatsoever. Heck, they don't even have a turret, but again, they can actually push in the team fights. Thing is though, in terms of map pressure, it's still very heavily favoring Orage Esports, and Orage Esports can just use that advantage. They don't need to actually look to commit for this Lord. They can just go back and forth, pushing that top side, but they're looking for a fight here. Hessa.
Oh, Wind of Nature! Very, very clutch there. Torn apart Murray. Didn't connect. And now BurnX Flash, they are perhaps looking for another opening here. Oh, Subway and friends, they might commit to this Lord here as Xeon looking for the opening to see the health
ATM
from the Lord. ATM here, full HP, so confident just penetrating towards the orange composition. But as of yet, no real fights open for Amelens and friends. Yeah, just a disengage. Both teams are just seizing at this point.
This playstyle from BurnX Flash, we said it in the draft, it's a very risky draft because they have that late game presence, but not so much early game. And you can see, even in the way they play here, in that late stage when they have that item Power Spike, it's so risky, but they're able to micromanage the waves and going into the team fight at the same time with precision, man. It's actually insane to see here. As you can see, Esmeralda already cutting the waves, buying a little bit of time as they look for an engage once again here with the poke. They faded in the feathered airstrike, Donnie. This is their chance to look for a massive team fight to turn the tide.
Oh my god, Benedetta is cutting waves. But now, you can see your BurnX Flash here trying to somehow find the right opening. A very good play by Benedetta. But now in the backside, Hessa might be caught here. Wind of Nature once again pops, but Feather Airstrike actually did not connect here. unfortunately for Hessa. But take a look at D7. He gets taken down as Neo and friends might look for another
ATM,
opening.
ATM.
ATM at the backside, finding two. Neo might be in trouble here. He escapes effortlessly, but ATM now, as the sandbag, will be taken down as that Brody will pick up the kill. Orage Esports now still strong with 5, but Burn X Flash only up with 3 members.
Orage Esports are so good at stopping Hessa. Every single member have just been focusing and targeting Hessa down. They haven't given Hessa an opportunity to look for that blazing duet. Now though, Hessa with no sprint, he's looking for that play. Goes in on the solo aim. Feather airstrike pop, Ghani.
Yeah, CCAT here is going to be the target. Circling Eagle, he hits it, but Neo in the backside takes a lot of bullets with that blazing duet. Now someone jumps in. The Lord Take, who will grab it? The ambulance will secure the kill. And now Xeon and friends finding a kill. Solo aim is the only casualty from that exchange. And Burn X Flash will actually defend it with 5, but luckily for Orage Esports, Ambulance collects the Lord.
That was their chance. That was Burn X Flash's chance to actually look for a turn. Now Orage Esports, they have another chance to look for the end with the Evolved Lord. It's looking grim for Burn X Flash. For Burn though, they do have a man advantage. They can utilize this. Subway needs to be careful. Orage Esports needs to manage the waves properly to actually wait out for solo aim. If they go together as 5 and they're just able to zone these members away from Burn X Flash from that base, you can expect Ambulance to just go full ham on to the base. And here it is, the siege once again from Orage to look for the end.
Yeah, I got a feeling Burn X Flash might defend this. Actually, 5 members now standing strong. They are taking the Lord down. But now it seems like Subway and friends, heavy spin pops. He needs to be careful. Wind of Nature pops as well. Subway, very low. Immortal pops here. Oh my god, Burn X Flash catching one. Subway gets taken out. And now Burn X Flash, they did not just only defend the Lord, Evolved Lord, they won the exchange. What the heck is going on?
The gamble paid off. That's what's happening here. Burn X Flash with a composition that everyone doubted. Everyone, the audience and even us, they've finally gotten those power spikes. Take a look at the items, the gold lead that Orage Esports have built throughout this game. The neutral objectives and even the turret take are useless now. Maybe not the turret takes. The turret takes are still definitely map pressure. They can use that wave control that they can use, but neutral objectives, the gold lead, the kills, it is all for naught currently because Burn have all their items completed. That 4,000 gold lead, not relevant anymore. And guess what? Burn can actually use their composition to clear waves a bit better than Orage Esports. Sicilian in the late game stacks up really well. Very, very painful in this later stage of the game. And in 22 minutes, I think the longer the game goes, it's just going to favor Burn even more.
Am I seeing 2 Athenas from D7? Is this right?
Yes,
2 Athenas.
you're seeing it.
Just for Stormy. What the heck am I seeing? But CCAT, yeah, Sicilian opting for that because he has damage from that stacks. He is building towards that utility. Slow effect and as well as burning effect from that going one. So a very smart, intelligent decision as well made by CCATs here. Burn X Flash and Orage Esports now. It's a reset, I feel like. Sure, Burn X Flash, they are behind on turrets, but one good team fight. If they manage to take down 4 or even 5 members from Orage Esports, Burn X Flash might be taking 1.
Oh, Subway needs to be very careful. He might actually be forced to pop that heavy spin. No, he just gets out. Good damage by Ambulance. But this is also a very interesting topic that we can talk about. Ambulance, he's definitely fallen off in this later stage. Hessa is going to be able to output more damage more consistently 100% of the time. Orage Esports do not have enough damage here from their marksman. However, they can actually get some damage done by using Stormy with his Feather Airstrike. They're going for a gang up top though, but in this late stage, ATM can get out. That Purify helps him to get those stacks away as well. That's a Petrify. 2 ultimates used by Orage Esports for the price of just 1 battle spell, Ghani.
I mean, ATM, sure, stat isn't looking good for him, 0 for 1, but what he has done, what impact he brings to the table is immaculate. Now, Feather Airstrike on towards Claude here. He has the Athena, so it nullifies the damage. You can see here that he eats 1 Feather Airstrike, but it's not instantly deleted yet because of that Athena. But now, the Lord is going to be the focus from both teams. You are now seeing here Burnex Flash and Orage Esports teasing at each other once again.
Oh man, look at the damage from Hissa, right? With the golden staff with the DHS, they need to be careful though. Here, that's a feather airstrike popped in. Burner looking for the pick here in that top side. ATM caught in the midst.
Oh my god, now he needs to be careful. And the torn apart memory. Finding that one. ATM a little too aggressive. This might cost them the game. Orage Esports 5v4. Comfortable turtle take here. We'll see how Xeon will go about this. Seems like he is already in that vicinity here. He is not able to somehow open the map just yet. We'll see though. I mean, they might go all in for this. Oh, circling Eagle towards the backside here. One member, Seacat is going to be targeted. He has the Immortal, but he needs to be very careful. Xeon trying to cover the mid laner as Subway collecting the Lord comfortably. Xeon gets taken out. Oh, Burnex Flash. Situation has been from bad to worse right now.
Man, you gotta start asking yourself now, man. Burnex Flash, ATM has been caught off 5 times, and it's mostly in that lane, Gani, in the XP lane. The amount of times that he's been ganked has it's just turned the game once again towards Orage Esports, and they're looking for the end currently with Hissa trying to clear out.
He got petrified from that blazing duet, but right now it seems like Neo and friends, they are eyeing for that base. It is very exposed, and the Malaysian gets game 1.
Orage Esports strike first. They found they were in a bit of struggle there. They're struggling to end the game, but in the end, that disciplined playstyle, the reason of them, for them able to win the game actually,